Kevin Dabbs.
And you play?
Paul McCartney.
Harley Symington, and playing George Harrison.
Chris Winters, I'm playing John Lennon.
Bob Rasco, I'm playing Ringo.
Four Lads Who Shook the World is about the Beatles. Part one is about the beginnings, 1957, when they met, when John and Paul met, up until their last concert in 1966 in San Francisco, and the story that lies within.
It was an honor because that's my earliest memory of loving music, is putting on the Beatles Blue album 67 to 70 and just being enchanted and having my mind blown.
The only thing I listened to until I was 12 years old was Beatles songs, really. I remember putting on Help and singing Help. I think probably like over and over and over again. I listened to that record and sang it along with it. So, you know, getting to start Act Two with that song, it's really crazy.
I think everyone's a Beatles fan. Yeah, at some point, there's at least one song that you have to connect with. I mean, they've got so many, and they're also fantastic. So.
I mean, it's a musical review, just telling the story of their beginnings and their rise to fame through the music.
About Ringo, I was really, actually, I was well, one, really surprised how hard it is to drum while you're doing this. That it is really hard. That took a long time and a few trips to the chiropractor.
For most of us, the Beatles were invented on Ed Sullivan in 1964, but of course that's not true. So we started the backstory and how they met and the different incarnations and names of their groups, and you know, there's showing some warts because that's just makes for good theater. It's interesting storytelling when you know, they just didn't wake up in suits and mop tops one morning and go, ooh.
My best Beatles memory. You know what? This is going to be my best Beatles memory by far.
Well, yeah, we've been dark for the last 6 weeks. You know, the theater was gone through a fairly major overhaul, cosmetically out in the house, in the lobby. The big reno would probably be in the buffet. That's been completely redone. The second show of the season is The Wedding Singer, which is a fairly big departure for us because for the last 14 years in a row we've been doing our Christmas review shows. And they've been really successful, and we'll continue to do that. We just thought, you know, we'll just change it up for a season or two. Next up, Boing Boing. Great comedy from the 60s that originally was in the West End in London and did really well. After Boing Boing, we're doing Chicago, one of the best musicals ever written, starring John Elliott, Pam Gordon, and Sarah Jean Hosey. Three really talented people in those roles, so looking forward to that. And then closing the season with Sylvia, kind of an alternative play, four-hander starring Eddie Mecca and Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley fame, and great show, midlife crisis, involves a dog, can't say anymore.